we're looking into a picture going around online this month. It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons that eerily mirrors real-life events.
For over 2 decades, The Simpsons has dazzled us with its razor-sharp wit and unapologetic satire.
You fool, these are robots. You will train them, and they will replace you.
Every so often, this seemingly innocent cartoon seems to tear a hole in the fabric of reality.
Springfield, where overweight doomsayer Homer Simpson is predicting the world will end next Wednesday.
With predictions that leap from the screen and materialize in the real world. From mind-boggling technological advances to events shaking the globe,
Stop! This is a black hole, not a lawn and leaf bag.
their prophetic insight is quite unsettling.
Yes, I am proud to be America's first straight female president.
Are they just clever coincidences? With 2025 just getting started, stick with us until the end, when we'll uncover the truth behind all of The Simpsons predictions for 2025. The Simpsons Trump prophecy. We start with a spine-chilling scene that rocked the web, a 2002 Simpsons episode showing Donald Trump touching a glowing orb, surrounded by 2 men who seem unmistakably Middle Eastern.
Well, last month, President Trump did just that with the King of Saudi Arabia and the President of Egypt.
Fast forward to 2017, and the scene unfolds in reality. President Trump stands alongside the King of Saudi Arabia and the President of Egypt, recreating that surreal image at the inauguration of a global center. How could a cartoon, created decades prior, foresee such an event with chilling precision? Was this merely an uncanny coincidence? Or did The Simpsons tap into something far beyond our understanding? And this is only the beginning.
Dad, no! That's the last book in the world!
Really?
Yes! Oh, go ahead.
Perhaps the most jaw-dropping predictions revolve around Trump's presidency, first alluded to in the 1998 episode Bart to the Future, long before the world witnessed its shocking rise in 2016. Yet the prophecies don't end there. The Simpsons also forecasted a Trump 2024 campaign. Ivanka Trump, in line to become the future president. Do the writers of The Simpsons possess an uncanny preoccupation with Donald Trump and his family? Before jumping to hasty conclusions, let's take a closer look at a rather subtle yet striking moment from the show's archives. In an episode that aired in October of 2016, the writers inserted a seemingly innocuous detail that hinted at a future political ambition, one that echoed beyond the confines of mere satire. Ivanka Trump, daughter of the then presumptive Republican nominee, might one day seek the highest office in the land. This particular moment, though cloaked in humor, is worthy of more than just a glance. Homer Simpson, amid his usual absurdity, sports a campaign button emblazoned with the words Ivanka 2028.
Because in America, everything's way too early. See?
On the surface, one could easily dismiss this as another of the show's signature gags, yet the timing and the content of this prediction speak volumes. This is no mere coincidence. It is an intellectual nudge, a whisper of a possibility grounded in the real-world trajectory of Ivanka's political rise, shaped by the tutelage of her father and informed by her increasing role in political discourse. Such an inclusion is indicative of the show's sophisticated foresight. While we cannot definitively predict Ivanka's candidacy, let alone her success, the pattern of The Simpsons' remarkable accuracy compels us to entertain the idea. Moreover, the potential of an Ivanka Trump presidency opens up broader societal implications.
I very quickly learned why the political establishment tried so hard.
Most notably, the possibility of a woman occupying the Oval Office, a milestone long anticipated but as of yet unachieved. Should Ivanka Trump indeed choose to pursue a presidential run, the news would not be as surprising as it may seem today. Given the show's historical track record of uncanny foresight, we would be wise to regard this seemingly whimsical prediction with more than just passing amusement. I gone rogue? The Simpsons whisked us away to a robot run, only to have it descend into chaos in the blink of an eye. In a 2016 episode of The Simpsons, the show took us to a whimsical amusement park entirely controlled by robots. While the premise initially seemed like a harmless comedic notion, it quickly unraveled into chaos.
Back, you robot! Nobody ruins my family vacation but me! And maybe the boy!
As the AI systems rebelled against humanity, what began as a light-hearted attraction spiraled into a terrifying scenario, mirroring many fears of a future where machines surpass human control. At the time, it seemed like an absurd fantasy, yet in today's world, such a concept doesn't seem quite as far-fetched. We now live in an era where self-driving cars are on the cusp of becoming commonplace, and robotic waitstaff are already serving meals in Japan.
I was very surprised to see a robot bring food over to the table.
Artificial intelligence is steadily weaving itself into the fabric of our daily lives, becoming something we interact with more and more. However, this rapid evolution does not come without its warnings. Experts like Jürgen Schmidhuber have raised alarms about the dangers of unchecked technological growth. The acceleration of AI development, unchecked, could lead to a future where humans lose control over the very systems we've created. Could it be that The Simpsons was offering more than just a satirical glimpse of the future? One where technology, once a tool of convenience, turns against its creators? Baby translator. Another surprisingly accurate moment from the show is when they introduced a device that could translate a baby's cries into words.
Well, here it is again. My baby translator.
In the episode, this futuristic invention was treated as a humorous, far-fetched idea, entirely comedic in its absurdity. At that time, the thought of a machine interpreting a baby's needs seemed like nothing more than a plot device to entertain. Yet, as we look to the present day, this once outlandish concept has started to look more and more like a plausible innovation. Researchers and engineers are now delving into advanced sound analysis technologies to decipher the meanings behind various baby cries.
The next step that is using the sound of infant cries to identify early signals of pathologies and development disorder.
The potential for such a device to revolutionize parenting is enormous. Imagine a world where sleepless nights and the uncertainties of interpreting a baby's needs could be eased by technology. What once seemed a fantastical idea is now inching closer to reality. Flying cars. The Simpsons imagined a world with flying cars, but today, one company is bringing that dream to life in ways we never expected. In a 2005 episode, Bart and Lisa envision a world where flying cars are as commonplace as bicycles. In true Simpsons style, the episode imagines a future where flying cars are as commonplace as sedans on the road. Back then, it seemed outlandish.
I know! It's a hover car!
Much like how Back to the Future Part 2 wildly overestimated the technological advancements we'd have. While society in 2013 was more captivated by quirky fashion trends like onesies, the idea of flying cars was nothing more than a distant dream.
Humans have been dreaming about for decades flying cars.
Now here's the intriguing part. While The Simpsons may have been ahead of its time, technology has steadily been catching up over the last decade. Hyundai had promised that flying cars would be part of Uber's future by 2023, but that deadline passed without any airborne vehicles in sight. Yet, there's still hope on the horizon. Enter Samsung Sky, a company that may just be on the brink of turning this sci-fi dream into reality by 2025. In December of 2023, their flying car, the Switchblade, took its inaugural flight, soaring 500 feet above the ground. This was a monumental leap, and the company shared that they were just 2 years away from mass-producing the Switchblade for eager buyers. Imagine driving your car on the road and with ease, flying it into the sky. That's the promise of the Switchblade. But before you start picturing yourself zooming over traffic, there's a catch. You'll need a pilot's license to take to the skies. And the price? Around $170,000 and up, which might have you second-guessing. Still, with flying cars edging ever closer to reality, it seems The Simpsons may have been onto something after all. Renewable energy. As if plucking moments from tomorrow, The Simpsons has been laying down some of the most remarkable predictions, each one more spot-on than the last. In episode 582, Lisa Simpson constructs a solar-powered car.
Hey, please don't stand so close. In the world of solar power, shadows are the arch enemy.
To compete in the alternative energy derby. At first, it seems like the perfect opportunity for clean energy to take center stage. However, things take a dramatic twist when a corporate conglomerate deploys a blimp to block the sun, preventing Lisa from crossing the finish line and subjecting her to the crowd's ridicule. On the surface, it appears to be just another satirical moment, but look deeper, and you'll see that it is astonishingly prophetic. Fast forward to today, and we are indeed racing toward a future fueled by clean energy, with solar-powered vehicles no longer relegated to the realm of science fiction. By the year 2025, it's entirely plausible that solar cars could become a common sight on our streets.
It's covered in solar cells that capture the sun's energy, delivering miles worth of power without needing to be plugged in.
But here's where it gets intriguing. The Simpsons didn't just predict the rise of clean energy, they also anticipated the pushback from the very corporations that profit from conventional energy sources. These global giants, entrenched in the world's economic framework, are in no rush to transition away from their established methods. As much as society yearns for a cleaner, greener future, their resistance could slow down progress. This ongoing battle is playing out before our eyes, and judging by history's patterns, it's likely to persist well into the future. The Simpsons pandemic prediction. In the 1993 episode of Marge in Chains, Springfield finds itself overwhelmed by a flu epidemic strikingly similar to real-life pandemics. The episode portrays a chaotic situation as flu germs invade every possible entry point into the body.
Flu germs entering every orifice in my head.
A scene that echoes eerily in the years to come. The episode, framed as a tender Mother's Day tribute, elegantly highlights the indispensable role Marge plays in the heart of Springfield. When she is abruptly confined to jail, the town is struck with the profound realization of just how much they depend on her steady presence. Amidst this central storyline, an unsettling subplot emerges, a rapid and relentless illness beginning to spread through the town. It all starts with a new juicer delivered from Osaka, Japan. However, one of the workers in the packing plant, unbeknownst to anyone, is carrying the flu, and his germs contaminate the juices during the process. These infected machines are then dispatched to homes across Springfield.
Oh, my juice loosener's never gonna come.
And in no time, the entire town is stricken with the illness, which becomes known as the Osaka flu, spreading like wildfire. While this may sound far-fetched, it sparks a deeply unsettling question. Could such a scenario unfold in reality? Could a deadly virus or germs be unknowingly transmitted across the world due to a manufacturing oversight, especially if one of the workers was sick? The idea is a chilling one, especially in our modern world, where the rapid spread of illness by accident or design remains a pressing global concern. Fast forward to 2020, and the world faces the COVID-19 crisis, which unfolds in a manner surprisingly akin to how The Simpsons depicted the story over 2 decades earlier. Donald Trump's presidential elections. The most thrilling prediction to date remains Donald Trump's rise to the presidency. In a 1998 episode titled Bart to the Future, Trump is portrayed as the 45th President of the United States. Back then, he was a reality TV star and businessman, nowhere near the political arena.
Well, it was very easy. I was tired, and I think a lot of people are tired of watching other countries ripping off the United States. This is a great country.
The writers later claimed it was just a joke, poking fun at his larger-than-life persona. But when Trump announced his candidacy in 2015 and then won the 2016 elections, Simpsons Prediction became Hollywood's hottest topic. Was it a lucky guess, or did they somehow strike the perfect chord? The episode remains an intriguing mystery in American political history. But here's where it gets even wilder. The Simpsons also predicted Trump would win the 2024 election. On November 15th, 2022, when Trump announced his intention to run again, Al Jean, one of the show's writers, revealed on X that they had predicted this back in 2015. In a future-themed episode, Homer walks past a sign that reads, "Trump 2024. The timing was eerie. This aired long before Trump had even become president. End of the world. There's an underlying sense of foreboding in some Simpsons episodes, as if the apocalypse is just around the corner. We've all joked about the world ending, but The Simpsons turned that casual banter into a bold, unsettling prediction that's hard to ignore. Known for its uncanny foresight, from tech trends to political turmoil, the show ventured into the realm of the apocalypse with precision. In one memorable episode, Homer Simpson, ever the prophet of doom, declares the world's impending end.
Just before the rapture, the stars will fall to the earth.
Citing a prophecy from the book of Revelation. According to Homer, the stars will fall to earth just before the rapture. Homer eagerly anticipates the great cataclysm, sharing his excitement with his family and friends. But when the fateful day arrives, all he's left with is disappointment, as nothing happens. Yet, in a surprising twist, after the world eventually meets its end, Homer finds himself mysteriously whisked away to heaven.
And over there is a water slide that's coming next year. It's going to be super fantastic.
This darkly humorous turn of events raises a provocative question. Could the world truly end without warning, catching us all off guard? Virtual reality food. Imagine a world where you can indulge in a gourmet 5-star meal without ever leaving the comfort of your living room. In the Freaky Treehouse of Horror episode, Homer and Marge experience just that, dining on virtual food while wearing VR headsets. At the time, this concept seemed outlandish, even laughable. But now, fast forward to today, and companies are seriously exploring the idea of immersive dining through virtual reality.
With a complete virtual reality experience, letting you live in a world of your dreams.
From high-tech restaurants to even cruise ships, the concept of VR dining is moving from fantasy to reality. Now, imagine enjoying all your favorite foods without worrying about calories. No more late-night fridge raids or counting carbs. With virtual reality food, you could step into an entirely new dimension of dining, where you can savor digital dishes in an immersive experience, all without gaining a single calorie. Companies like Aero Banquets RMX are already pioneering this space, crafting virtual reality experiences that replicate not just the appearance and texture of food.
We could program a virtual family for you, sir.
But even the smells and sounds. It's like entering a fantasy world where you can indulge in every bite, all the while avoiding the guilt and extra pounds. But virtual reality food isn't merely about guilt-free indulgence. It's unlocking a whole new way of engaging with food. Picture being able to trace the journey of your meal, from sustainable farming practices to cooking, alongside a virtual chef guiding your every move. What once seemed like a quirky gag from The Simpsons is now on the verge of becoming a reality.
Where's your wife?
She's staying at this billionaire's house working as a virtual reality actress. You know, the usual.
As technology continues to evolve, the idea of virtual reality dining may soon reshape the very concept of mealtime. With the power of virtual reality headsets, the very fabric of our sensory experience can be reshaped, allowing the mind to perceive taste in an astonishing array of forms. With a single bite, the savory flavor of steak and the tenderness of chicken can be experienced together, simply by altering the brain's perception of taste. Holograms. What if holograms became as common as video calls? The Simpsons may have been onto something long before we started seeing it in tech demos. In a remarkable episode, The Simpsons introduced a world where holographic invitations become the norm, offering us a glimpse of what could soon be our reality. Imagine a future where holograms replace traditional methods of communication, turning our daily interactions into immersive 3D experiences. What was once confined to the realm of science fiction is now slowly materializing. Devices like Dremok are already blowing our minds with their high-definition 3D projections, bringing us closer to this futuristic vision. Is this the next great leap in digital evolution? Picture a world where holographic messages become as commonplace as video calls are today. Mind control through music. The Simpsons transcend mere comedy, especially when it ventures into the realm of prescient predictions, as demonstrated in this remarkable instance. Over the years, countless observers have marveled at how frequently The Simpsons seems to foretell real-world events, with the frequency of such uncanny foresight leaving many both fascinated and unsettled. In this particular episode, Bart, Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph are unexpectedly thrust into the limelight and selected to form a boy band named Party Posse.
Greet the other members of the Party Posse.
A name that strikes a balance between whimsical and absurd. However, as with so many Simpsons storylines, what begins as an innocent and humorous scenario soon reveals a much darker undercurrent. The band's viral hit, Dropped a Bomb, is accompanied by a bizarre music video.
This assembly was my idea. I like your brand of inoffensive pop rock.
Featuring an enigmatic chant, Ivan et Nioj. Upon reversing the phrase, it reveals a chilling message: join the Navy. The plot escalates as it becomes clear that the hypnotic tune and surreal visuals are serving as a covert form of mind control, subtly coercing the citizens of Springfield into military enlistment. Lisa uncovers the truth when she confronts the music producer, who shockingly reveals himself to be a Navy lieutenant. He opens the door to a hidden history, one in which music and entertainment have long been utilized as powerful tools of military recruitment. This is not just a ludicrous fictional tale. During World War II, the United States indeed harnessed the power of entertainment to galvanize young men to serve. The profound influence of art and media on the collective psyche proves to be far more potent than we often realize. So, when The Simpsons broaches the concept of mind control through music, one is left to ponder: is it merely an outlandish narrative twist, or did the show's creators possess an extraordinary prescience of a deeper societal truth? Given the show's unparalleled track record of accurately predicting the future, perhaps it is time to reconsider just how much foresight. War in 2025. Could a harmless prank in an 80s cartoon be hinting at something far more ominous about our future? On November 22, 1987, The Simpsons aired a special episode on The Tracy Ullman Show. Packed with laughs, it seemed like just another light-hearted segment, but upon closer inspection, there's an unsettling layer beneath the humor. Now, before you think we're reading too much into this, hear us out. Some of The Simpsons' most accurate predictions have come from simple, offhand moments that most viewers probably didn't give a second thought to. It's truly mind-boggling, but those fleeting, seemingly insignificant details have turned out to be eerily prophetic. Take, for instance, this particular episode where Homer Simpson spends his time pranking his family by pretending World War III is imminent.
What's the matter, Homer?
Last night, Marge and the kids didn't get home till 11 at night.
He would wake them in a panic, warning them to rush to the fallout shelter as if the end of the world was upon them. Of course, it's all a joke, poking fun at the panic that could sweep through families if global tensions reached a boiling point. But here's the thing. Do you honestly believe a makeshift fallout shelter could protect a family from a nuclear disaster? That's a question we'll leave to the Mythbusters. At the time, the notion of ordinary families needing to act like Homer and prepare for nuclear fallout seemed almost absurd. Yet, as we look around today, that idea doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. Fast forward to today, and we're much closer to that World War III scenario than we ever were in the late 80s. In 2020, the world was gripped by a global scare, with rising tensions before the pandemic even began. And if you pay attention to the current state of world politics, it's becoming increasingly clear that conflicts are simmering across the globe. So, the pressing question remains, could this be the year when everything finally reaches its breaking point? And could we see nations pushing things too far, leading to a major global conflict? Murder hornets. What if we told you that The Simpsons didn't just entertain with their usual antics, but actually foresaw some truly bizarre events, like the arrival of murder hornets, the tragic crash of a helicopter, and even the outcome of a Super Bowl? Now, the thing about murder hornets is, while they did cause a stir in 2020, they were actually spotted in Washington state back in 2019. And as scary as their name sounds, they're not nearly as dangerous to humans as you'd think, mostly just freaky looking due to their size. But the show's foresight doesn't end there.
This nest was found in the same area as the other two, the northwest part of the state near the Canadian border.
Another shocking prediction came in the form of a helicopter crash, one that eerily mirrored the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. Although helicopters are a staple in many stories, the tragic coincidence that unfolded in real life added a chilling layer to the episode. This wasn't some psychic vision, but a striking moment of fate intersecting with fiction.
And around, and look out at the corner of 12th and Main because I'm gonna be sick. Whoop!
And let's not forget the Super Bowl prediction. In a 1999 episode, The Simpsons depicted the San Francisco 49ers winning the 2020 Super Bowl. Spoiler alert, they didn't. In fact, the 49ers lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. What's fascinating is that the episode was predicting Super Bowl 33, which took place in 1999 between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. The whole 49ers prediction wasn't some mystical insight. It was simply a playful nod, based on the color of the teams, long before the actual contenders were even decided. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. In a strange twist, an image surfaces of Elon Musk allegedly lying in a hospital bed, reminiscent of a Simpsons episode where a famous figure experiences a medical crisis that alters the course of history. The show has long been known for its startlingly accurate predictions, from technological breakthroughs to celebrity controversies. Could The Simpsons have predicted Musk's health struggles, or is this just another odd coincidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Mars colonization. What if we told you that The Simpsons foresaw humanity's ambitious quest to colonize Mars long before Elon Musk ever dreamt of launching rockets to the Red Planet? The show has always had a remarkable knack for tapping into futuristic ideas that seem almost too far-fetched to be true, and this prediction is no exception. In one truly mind-bending episode, Lisa Simpson is chosen to journey to Mars and help establish a habitat. But of course, in true Simpson fashion, Marge won't let her daughter go alone, and soon the entire family is aboard the mission.
In 10 years. That's too bad, because I'm going with you. in 10 years.
Their goal? To reach Mars before the year 2026. Naturally, things don't go as planned, and the Simpsons end up landing on the planet in 2051. And just when you think it can't get any more absurd, Lisa announces her desire to go to Venus, because why not? While the episode is packed with humor and farcical twists.
Marge and Lisa, congratulations. You've both passed with flying colors and will be named finalists in our astronaut search.
The fact that The Simpsons predicted such a monumental leap in space exploration is nothing short of jaw-dropping. It's one of those rare instances where comedy and reality collide, leaving us to wonder what other predictions from this iconic show are destined to come true. Environmental disaster. What if the wacky world of The Simpsons is trying to warn us about the future? One particular storyline might just have something to say about global warming. In the Simpsons movie in 2007, the show, as usual, took some outlandish turns. But believe it or not, some of those far-fetched ideas might not be as far off as they seem. The movie centers around a massive environmental disaster, something that, while extreme, doesn't feel all that impossible. In it, Homer accidentally dumps pig waste into Springfield's already polluted lake, setting off a chain reaction that leads to a full-blown environmental crisis. The movie's portrayal of disaster may be exaggerated, but the reality behind it, global warming and environmental destruction, is very much a present-day concern. With businesses ignoring the damage for the sake of profit, it's clear that the crisis isn't just fictional. If we don't change our ways soon, we could be facing a future that looks eerily like Springfield's. Trapped in a dome. Could the government lock us in a dome to control our consumption? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi thriller, but The Simpsons may have been ahead of the curve. In The Simpsons movie from 2007, the show predicted a city being sealed off under a dome by the government. Fast forward to today, and with the rising cost of living, that prediction doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. To make matters worse, The Simpsons even imagined they'd cut off electricity and the internet, trapping everyone inside.
I don't know what to do, because if I stay, I'm trapped. If I leave, I'm alone. Oh God, in, out. I never saw Venice.
Could this happen? It's a chilling thought, but then again, as the show has proven time and time again, their outlandish predictions sometimes land a little too close to reality for comfort. Black holes on Earth. Black holes remain one of the greatest mysteries for scientists. While we know they exist, there's still so much we don't understand about them. But what if The Simpsons predicted how a black hole could impact Earth? In one episode, a small black hole appears and starts expanding, sucking up everything in its path. It grows so large that it devours everything.
Stop! This is a black hole, not a lawn and leaf bag!
Sending people and objects to another planet, where aliens greet them. As wild as that sounds, the idea of a black hole near Earth isn't totally out of the question. Scientists have discovered one not too far from us. So, what if a black hole did show up in the future? Could we survive it? It's a terrifying thought, but as The Simpsons have shown time and again, they might have predicted something that could become a reality. Zombie apocalypse. Lastly, let's stir the pot with one of The Simpsons' wildest predictions, a zombie apocalypse. In one unforgettable episode, a fast food joint rolls out a burger so delicious that it turns anyone who takes a bite into a zombie-like creature. The chaos kicks off when a reporter is an unlucky soul chosen to sample this supposed delicacy first.
And now this lucky reporter will be the first human to sample this delicious crime against nature.
And naturally, it's only the Simpson family that dodges the zombification, leaving the rest of the town to spiral into utter mayhem. The show serves this up with a healthy dose of humor. But let's be honest, if a real-life zombie outbreak ever hit, we could be facing a full-blown global disaster. Fingers crossed this one stays squarely in the world of fiction. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.